races down, 5 still to go here in the Continental Tire Grand Prix of Portland, and it's time to get back at it. 2 races here to remain on the day for USF Juniors. A championship hangs in the balance. Hello, friends. My name's Rob Howden. Welcome to PIR. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest. It's time to go back to wheel-to-wheel racing. The championship battle here in USF Juniors between Leonardo Scorpioni and this gentleman here, Liam Loyakeno, has expanded a little bit after he won a bunch of races to cap the season. Liam, tough one yesterday. What do you have to do over 2 races today to come away with a championship?
Look, I mean, it's sort of out of my control at this point. Just win as many races as we can from now on. You know, there's 2 races left. Just try and take 2 wins. So, yeah, just hope that, you know, he gets unlucky, but at the same time, you don't really wish that upon anyone. So, yeah, hopefully some luck on my side, and hopefully we can take a couple of race wins.
Yeah, we always talk about the fact that Portland and the Festival Chicane is pretty chaotic. We know that. If anything happens like yesterday, it could shake things up. You're on a massive streak at the end of the season. We talked about the fact that you getting a feel for the car, right? Really understanding what it needed and how to drive it. What's this track like for you? You were super strong at Road America, the dominant driver. What about here at Portland? Do you feel like you have a handle on the car?
Yeah, I think so. You know, Leo was here last year running, and he was actually up front last year. So, you know, he's got that bit of an advantage. But, you know, we're still quicker. So, you know, it's just a matter of putting it all together and, you know, coming away with some good results. You know, qualifying wasn't ideal. You know, we're starting to P6 in this next race, so we'll look to make up some positions.
Well, at Mid-Ohio and at Road America, you were precise. You kind of took your time. You had control, but you know it. Are we going to see a maybe more aggressive Liam Loyakeno here today?
Yeah, I think it's just one of my early in the years come off track, drop back dead last, and then come back through to the top 5. So, yeah, just send some big moves and, yeah, try and make some passes, yeah.
Race number 2 for both USF Juniors and USF2000 in the broadcast here right now. We'll have USF2000 right after USF Juniors. But Liam Loyakeno, we know what he can do. Yeah, he starts back in 6th position, but do not count him out right now. We know how chaotic the opening corners can be. He finds his way to the front. This may not be over yet. Right after this, we'll come back with a full USF Juniors driver lineup.
You can feel confident Continental is the smart choice in tires.
And they handle extremes?
Yep. Tested from the Texas desert to near the Arctic Circle.
Really?
Really.
Anything for the guy who finds that one pothole?
Yeah. Road hazard coverage has your back.
For real?
Absolutely.
Were they made by, like, a bajillion engineers?
Well, closer to 100. Continental. Welcome to the smart choice in tires.
Over the years, we've chased down a lot of dreams, each one leading to the next, all the way to our most electrifying dream yet. Introducing the all-new, all-electric Honda Prologue. Made to inspire the newest generation of dreamers so they can make their dreams reality. The all-new, all-electric Prologue from Honda.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to Portland International Raceway. My name is Rob Howden, the voice of this USF Pro Championships presented by Continental Tire. And we are set to go for back-to-back races for you. Kicked off the day with USF Pro 2000. Series champion Max Garcia coming away with his 8th win of the year. Should he win tomorrow afternoon, he would tie the series high record of 9 by Kyle Kirkwood. Right now, though, the drivers lining up here in USF Juniors and USF2000. Second race for both of these drivers, all part of triple header weekends here to cap off the season. This is the final race, the final weekend of the 2025 campaign for the drivers in the USF Pro Championships. We'll have our championship celebration Monday evening. We'll dole out over $1.4 million in awards and scholarships for the champions and those who finish inside the top three. Looking forward to that night, of course, to celebrate all the successes of the drivers in our program. 83 degrees here trackside. Beautiful blue skies here at Portland International Raceway, our only trip to the Pacific Northwest. Gorgeous country, as you all know. And excited to be here with these young drivers here in USF Juniors. The very first rung of this USF Pro Championship program. We'll get those drivers out here onto the pit lane here momentarily, as we did have an incident to finish off the Indy Next practice session. Our former USF2000 champion Michael D'Orlando going off in the Andretti Cape machine in turn number 11 into the tire barriers. So hoping that he is okay after the incident there. And excited to get things underway with the drivers here in USF Juniors. But a bit of a delay, I think, getting things back out here. The Indy Next car is just vacating pit lane. Our crew now working its way out here as well. And as soon as I do see some cars start to get themselves out here, we'll go through the lineup of 22 drivers who are set to take to race number 2. We will look at the top 5 of the championship too once the drivers do roll off. But what we're here with right now is essentially a battle between two drivers, Leonardo Scorpioni and Liam Loyakeno. That is the lineup as they come into the weekend here right now. Scorpioni had a great run yesterday, and he is able to put himself in the spot that he needs to be to essentially come away with the championship. He is up now exactly where he wants to be, 38 points ahead now of Liam Loyakeno. 38 points, 66 points still on the docket, still on the table here, of course, through a couple of races. Make that 65 because Scorpioni has grabbed the pole position for this race as well, so not going to be able to get that one for Loyakeno. But as Liam said in the pre-race show that we had to start the broadcast here, he's going to be aggressive. He's going to throw everything he possibly can. He's going to need a little bit of luck. He knows that. But he was most definitely the most dominant driver here over the second half of the season. Went on a great run of race wins through Mid-Ohio and Road America. And really showed the skills that young Australian driver has. No doubt about that. Running for Jay Howard Driver Development, Leonardo Scorpioni with Zanella Racing. 22 drivers set to go, as I said, as we get ready to rock things off here and get underway. 15 lapper for the drivers in USF Juniors and 25 for USF 2000. So just waiting for the drivers to roll up here, and indeed, here they come. 22 drivers following our Honda Civic Type R pace car. They got set for a 15-lapper. If you watched yesterday, you know we had chaos and a couple of starts. It was wild. Let's cross our fingers that the drivers here in juniors had a chance to watch the USF Pro 2000 drivers who put on a fantastic show to get themselves into the spot and get themselves through turn 1, 2, and 3. Clean start. We had a little bit of a yellow early with an issue for Miles Bromley, but the bottom line is they were able to get through turn number 1, both through the start of the race and the restart as well. Let's have a look at the grid as they get themselves in here, folks. 22 drivers set to go. Hudson Potter, who sat out race number 1, back here for race number 2. Potter for Inter MS in the number 25 machine, starting in the 22nd position. Alongside him, out of Ohio, in the number 29, one of the 3 young ladies in the field, Maddie Colleran for Zanella Racing, starting in 21st. We'll go now to row number 10, starting 20th on the outside from Georgia for Inter MS. Another one of our young ladies, Emma Scarborough, in the number 26 machine. She will start in the 20th position alongside Connor Aspley for pole position Motorsports in the 27. Watch for Connor to take it easy here at the start and then work his way forward. He was involved in that turn 1 incident yesterday that saw a number of drivers taken out in that start. Moving to row number 9 now, starting on the outside from Arizona, Kaylee Countryman in the number 90 for Exclusive Autosport. She will start on the outside in the 18th position. Alongside her from Birmingham, Alabama for Inter MS, Michael Succo in the number 24. Started 17th, finished 7th in race number 1. A fantastic charge forward for Michael in that body armor machine. Watch for him to fight his way forward early on. Moving up to row number 8, it's only a second weekend running here in USF Juniors. A very highly decorated four-cycle kart racer Colin Aiken in the number 11 in the VRD racing car. Had a good run in his debut at Road America. He's going to start in the 16th spot. I expect him to work his way into the top 10. Alongside him, it is the number 17 of Thomas Nordquist of the Omaha, Nebraska, the D-Force Racing Machine. Thomas Nordquist, a rookie, in the number 17, starting in the 15th spot. Let's go up to row number 7 now. On the outside, debut weekend for Toronto, Ontario, Canada's Justin DeLucia in the number 94 for Exclusive Autosport. He's had great speed here throughout the weekend. A solid debut so far for DeLucia. Issues in race number 1, but looking for a clean one here in race number 2. Alongside him, out of Texas for Zanella Racing, is the number 12, Diego Guillat. Diego in the number 12, starting 13th for Zanella Racing. You can obviously easily see those white, yellow, and black Zanella cars. Always easy to pick up on the racetrack. Starting up a row on the outside of row number 6 here out of Illinois for Exclusive Autosport. Scored his first podium at Road America, finishing in 3rd. That's Brendan Cooley in the number 92, fighting for a spot inside the top 10 in the points. A couple of big races here to cap off the weekend. We'll lock that down for Cooley in the number 92. He'll start alongside the driver, also making his second weekend start. That's Raheem Alibi out of Florida for Zanella Racing in the number 23 machine. Alibi will start in the number 11. Moving now into the top 10, VRD Racing's Matan Achatov in the number 77 from Israel is going to start in the 10th position. He's only been racing for a year. It's really starting to come together here in the second half of the season. The blind pace is there. Just got to work on that racecraft to get himself up into the top 5. He'll start 10th today alongside the young Finnish driver Vilo Autola for D-Force Racing. He's had some really strong runs over the season here. If he comes back in 2026, as I expect he will, he's going to be a championship contender for sure. Autola in the 14, starting in the 9th position. Up now to row number 4, starting on the outside out of Florida for Jay Howard Driver Development. A top 5 run yesterday as staying out of trouble on the start. JT Hoskins in that number 9, set to start in the 8th position outside of row number 4. And he'll start alongside one of the 2 Gonzalez brothers from D-Force Racing, Patricio Gonzalez in the number 15. 2 podiums at Road America just a couple of weeks ago. Gonzalez looking really good. A lot of second half pace here for the season for Patricio. Number 15 going to start in the 7th position. Moving up to road number 3 on the outside. This, again, is the hottest driver on the circuit right now. Came from essentially 4th in the championship up into 2nd here this weekend. He won a bunch of races in the final stretch run here. Liam Loyakeno from Australia in the Jay Howard Driver Development number 6, starting in the 6th position. He'll have to be aggressive if he wants to take this championship. He needs the chips to fall his way. He'll start alongside the driver from Brazil, also in Florida, João Vergara. Top 3 in the points, currently sitting 3rd in the VRD Racing Machine. He's won races this year. Would love to finish the season off on a high note. Vergara in the number 10, starting in the 5th position. Row number 2 on the outside now will be the number 98 of Oliver Weldon. We saw his brother Sebastian run here last year. Oliver, winner of the Skip Barber Formula Car Series last year, will roll off in the 4th spot in that familiar Gamebridge machine. The VRD driver, number 98, Oliver Weldon, starting in 4th. We'll go down to position number 3 inside of row number 2. It's been a great second half for both of the Gonzalez brothers. Rodrigo for D-Force Racing in the number 18 machine. Best start yet. He'll start 3rd inside of row number 2. 22 drivers in the field, 2 on the front row. I mentioned the black, white, and yellow of Zanella Racing. That's all you're going to see up front, starting with the driver to White Rock, British Columbia, Canada. West Coaster getting a chance to race what would be kind of his home race. Ty Fisher, multi-time winner on the season, 5th place in points right now. Fisher in the 37, starting in 2nd. Engines coming to life on pit lane, and this is the driver they're going to follow in the Surf USA, number 55 for Zanella Racing. He's the point leader right now. He finishes in front of Liam Loyakeno. He can clinch the championship here, now, in race number 2. Leonardo Scorpioni will lead them to the green when they come out at turn number 12. It'll be a Scorpioni and Fisher on row 1. Gonzalez and Weldon, row 2. Vergara and Loyakeno, row 3. Gonzalez and Hoskins, row 4. Autola and Achatov, row 5 as they pull off a pit lane. Row 6, Alibi and Cooley, Guillat and DeLucia on row number 7. Nordquist and Aiken, row 8. Succo and Countryman, row 9. Aspley and Scarborough, row 10. Colleran and Potter on row number 11. 22 drivers set to go. Let's have a look at the top 5 in points. Leonardo Scorpioni with 344 markers. If he finishes in front of Liam Loyakeno, who sits there in 2nd with 306 points, he will be the champion of 2025 in USF Juniors. Loyakeno needs some help to be able to go at least to the race this afternoon. They'll finish off their season at the end of the day today. Last race of the day will be USF Juniors to cap off the campaign. Loyakeno would hope to push off his fate for one more race. Vergara further back, as we see, with 262 points. He's 22 points ahead of Ty Fisher, so he's still fighting to make sure he keeps himself in P3. Oliver Weldon sitting in the 5th spot in points with 227. Not on the graphic, Vilo Atala back by just 5 points from Weldon as well. So top 5 positions are not done. We're going to battle for 1st and 2nd. 3rd, not bad, 22 points up. Fisher looks good, though. Weldon's going to have to fight his way to see if he can't hold off Atala. There's lots to be done before we find out who finishes on the championship podium here for 2025. Again, hello to those of you tuning in on the YouTube channel. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being part of the action here this weekend. So the drivers working their way around, looking to go green. They'll line themselves up. Lining up to get things underway, folks. We are racing for the 2nd time in USF Juniors. Green, green, green. They'll power their way down now into turn number 1. Oh, can they get their way through cleanly this time? Hopefully they'll get on the brakes a little bit earlier. We had a number of drivers, 3, 4 wide. Not the easiest way to get around. Couple jumping up over the curb. Everybody trying to get to the outside this time. And they're still gaggled up a little further back, but nicely done through the festival chicane. Much better than yesterday. They did still try to go 3, 4 wide maybe, but thus far drivers able to clean and green through those corners. And what a start, what a launch right now to get things underway for Scorpione as he's out to the early lead. Great stuff. Again, looking to win this championship. If he wins the race, will win the championship outright. Liam Loyakeno has worked his way forward. Driver off. Number 25, Hudson Potter, has just had a rough weekend. Went off in turn number 6. Back on. There's your lead. Here comes Loyakeno to the inside of Weldon. Book it in turn number 10. Loyakeno to the inside, started 6th. He's to 3rd. He knows he has to win this race, and the driver's gone off a bit on the outside of that corner. Oh, dropping a wheel coming out through turn number 11. Not advised. Look at the scrap further back here now. Big stuff. Wow. Field working its way through. Again, Loyakeno 3rd. Weldon in the 4th spot now. Fisher 5th, Patricio Gonzalez into the 6th position. Vilo Atala runs in 7th. 8th, Vergara. Started 5th, lost a couple of spots there, and hung out to dry potentially over in turn number 1. I think he may have been the driver who went over the curbing a little bit, got pinched down on the turn 2 curbing. So early laps of a 15-lapper for USF Juniors. Penultimate race of the year. Leonardo Scorpione making a chance to just enjoy himself for the last race if he comes away with the championship here. Liam Loyakeno pushing. Fight further back. I believe Ty Fisher's been able to slide to the inside of Oliver Weldon as well. So Fisher gets back up another position. Weldon scrapping him hardcore there for the spot. Loyakeno trying to see if he can't reel in. Driver currently running in that 2nd position. Good start for Rodrigo Gonzalez. He's up into 2nd. Fisher went back a couple spots. Here comes a move from Vilo Atala. Watch him, we come down into turn number 1. Atala in the 14, going to try to throw it to the inside of Weldon. No, he crisscrosses and goes to the outside, inside. Book it. Atala through. Oh, the Finnish driver. Great pass to be able to get his way by. Good stuff here. Couple of passes early on. Scorpione, exactly what he was hoping for, as we know. Starts on pole, get out front, give me open racetrack, and I'll try to get away when everybody else fights. A win here secures the championship for him in style. Liam Loyakeno started 6th. 6th, he goes up to P3 now. Loyakeno up to third. As I said before, Scorpione only needs to finish in front of Loyakeno to lock the championship down. We're not done. Look at the fighting further back, deeper in the field. I think that's Alibi going at it as well. Might be with Giat. We'll try to pick that up further back. Yeah, Alibi and Giat. That is for 12th and 13th. That is Zanello Racing teammates. Here's your full field rundown when they come back through. Let's have a look at the grid. Scorpione, Gonzalez, Loyakeno, Fisher, and Gonzalez top 5. Oliver Weldon runs in 6th spot. Bilo Atala in 7th. Vergara 8th. Matan Achetev 9th. And JT Hoskins rounding out the top 10. 11th is Colin Aiken. 12th Alibi. 13th Giat. 14th Cooley. 15th Emma Scarborough. She is up from 20th to 15th, plus 5 for Emma. Great start. Michael Suko goes to 16th. Connor Aspley in 17th. 18th Thomas Nordquist. 19th is Kaylee Countryman. 20th is Justin Denusia. And then Maddie Colleran and Hudson Potter round out the 22 drivers in the field. Great stuff so far. There's your lead for Scorpione, looking good out front here. How about 3 wide a bit further back? We've got a driver spun around over in turn number 12. Look at those drivers through there. Being told that might have been the 11 of Colin Aiken around in turn number 12, 11 and 12. So Aiken's gone around. It'll drop him to the tail of the field. Indeed, all the way back to 20 seconds. The rest of the field able to stream through. Man, we saw some wild stuff. 2, 3 wide coming out into turn number 1. Juniors looking to come around to complete the first third of this 15-lap race. The advantage 2.5 seconds for Leonardo Scorpione. Another driver around in turn number 1. We got a caution, folks. Caution, full course. Driver around in turn number 1. The 9 of JT Hoskins, we think, having an issue in turn number 1. Looks like he's gone off to the right side of the racetrack as the AMR IndyCar safety team heading over there. Very similar to where we saw Miles Bromley go off. Hoskins was running in the 10th position. I don't know that we picked that up. There was some pretty aggressive battling coming across the line there. I don't know whether or not that was a 2 or 3 wide run or what happened to JT. But off the racetrack. Drivers will slow down to pace car speed now. Yeah, getting a better look at it over there. I don't know that he's even into the barriers there, whether that or was some contact with another driver. We didn't see that. At least I didn't see it. I'd looked away if it was actually on the stream. But Hoskins out. That's going to move Giat up into 10th. Alibi into 11th. Brendan Cooley to 12th. Michael Suko to 13th. Emma Scarborough and Thomas Nordquist to 14th and 15th, respectively. More importantly, what it does, it eliminates that 2.4 second lead for Scorpione. We do have a look at the replay on this one. So we're going to have a look what happened to JT Hoskins. Have the look through. JT back a little further. Oh, little dust right there. Yeah, I think he got into the barrier, into the Armco, the wall coming through, and he's just going to go straight off here. Yeah. Now that we've picked it up, if we can get a chance to watch that again, if there's an opportunity after that. We saw a couple drivers get super close coming into that corner, and it doesn't take much. We saw Felix Rosenquist do it in the first practice session for IndyCar as well. You're trying to cut that corner. You're going over top of the curbing, and you want to get as close as you can to the wall without touching it to straight line it over to turn number 2, the left-hander. The closer you are to the inside there, the easier it is to make that corner for turn number 2 with a lot of speed. But I'm telling you, it's a fine line, as we know. You know, when there's an inch, there's a half an inch, and there's nothing. Watch the top of your screen there. He's going to come through, just turning in. Hoskins in the blue and black car. He'll come across it. You're going to see a little dust. Boom. All it takes, a little bit of contact there. Right front damage, the suspension buckling under the contact. At that point, he's got wheel on it, trying to get the thing to turn, and it is already done. You can see the wheel already off the side over there. A tough one for JT. He's got another chance to get back on the racetrack this afternoon, but I'll say this. He was pushing. He is on the edge, which is great, because that's one of the things you can't teach these young drivers, is to be aggressive, is to attack the racetrack. He was trying to close up, trying to get up to Matan Achatov. Wasn't that far back. There was a pretty good battle going on between Attila, Gonzalez, Vergara, all in that fight. You can see them in front of him starting to line up, and was just pushing to try to become part of that fight as well. And again, an inch either way, and you've either hit the corner perfectly, you've rolled corner speed, you've rotated through turn number 2, or you're off on the grass on driver's right after contact. And in this particular case, JT Hoskins, the latter being the reality. But as I said before, we saw the replay. Leonardo Scorpioni had a big lead. It is gone. This is an opportunity now for Rodrigo Gonzalez. Can he come up and win his first race of the year? Gonzalez currently in 7th place in points, a couple of podiums. He's 21 points behind Vilo Attila. So an opportunity for him to potentially grab a race win. All right, another look at this. This incident with JT Hoskins. It may not actually have been the wall. It may have been damage to the suspension pounding over the curb, I'm being told by our spotters in race control. So we're going to have another look. I expect it's going to be the shot looking back at the corner, this fantastic shot that we use on occasion. Might just be broken suspension. Watch him coming through. He's going to be the next driver through. This is Achatov. Watch this here. No, 100% damage. That's just suspension failure. So give it up to JT again. He hit the mark, didn't hit the wall. Just the ferocity of going through there broke the suspension. Back at it. Green flag flying again on the restart. Big opportunity to Liam Loyakeno to try to go back into position. I think he's got it. Loyakeno's got into second. Couple of drivers coming in deep. One's going to miss the corner. That might have been either Potter or Scarborough or Suko. Might have been both cars going through there. So one driver got a little too deep and had to take the cutoff. Did not come back around to use the escape route. So I expect that will be a potential drive-through. I think that might have been the car of Emma Scarborough. She was running in the 14th position. Further back, look at those drivers battling it out there. Aiken, Potter, dropping wheels coming out. Again, at turn number 5, 6, and 7. Big run down the straightaway. Liam Loyakeno's gone into second. Man, Loyakeno up to P2. There's a move around the outside. The drivers drop the wheel coming in the corner. There's Loyakeno, Gonzalez, Fisher. Patricio Gonzalez runs 5th. Liam Loyakeno throwing everything he can at them. Looking further back here. Whoa, big defensive run to the inside for Alibi. Got to hold that spot. When you make that move to the inside, you can only make one move. Yeah, we're starting to get a little more aggressive further back now, are we not? Brendan Cooley's worked his way up into 10th, getting by Alibi on Achatov. So Cooley back up into the top 10. Really capitalizing on that restart. Brendan Cooley up into the top 10 for Exclusive Autosport. But Zanella is leading the way up front with Leonardo Scorpioni. 3 different drivers in the top 3. It's Zanella, Jay Howard in D4, with Scorpioni, Loyakeno, and Gonzalez. Great stuff so far. Drivers settling in midway through here. 6 laps still remaining. 9 down, 6 to go. Scorpione already now has the most laps led. He's got pole. Fast lap belongs to Ty Fisher, his teammate, but he is ahead of Loyakeno. That's all he needs to do right now to clinch the championship here. Loyakeno throwing everything at him here. Liam Loyakeno has won 5 of the last 7 races. Battled his way back up to 10th yesterday after the contact in the opening lap of the race. And it is getting hectic. Defensive runs down the inside, covering the bottom. Oh, look at this Fisher looking at him. The 15's right in there as well. Gonzalez, both Gonzalez brothers essentially sandwiching the 37 of Fisher, and then Weldon sandwiched by Gonzalez and Ottel. The D-Force cars are up on the wheel here today at Portland. Man, they're having a good weekend. The Gonzalez brothers running the best they have all year long. There's a big defensive move down the bottom, way down to the bottom. Oh, check that out, coming into turn number 1. That's Vergara to the inside of Attila, book it into turn number 1. Attila tried to defend down to the wall. There was not much room for Vergara to sneak through the end of the extended pit wall. Woo! Cooler heads prevailed as they came down into the braking zone, and it was Vergara, the first driver, to throw it into the corner, so Vergara moves up a spot. That's not yet into the top 5. That is for 7th. Leaders have checked out Scorpione and Loyakeno. First and second in the points coming into the race. First and second on the track now. And here comes Ty Fisher. He is going to work on Rodrigo Gonzalez. Oh, yeah, he's right up on him. Wait for this run coming down. Gonzalez to the inside. Fisher going to try the outside. Not quite enough. Pinch to the inside. Here comes the over-under. Oh, Fisher is haunting Gonzalez. Does he get a better run? Not as much aero wash out of these cars coming out of the final corner. Fisher gets a good run, but so does Attila. Rather, so does the other Gonzalez, Patricio Gonzalez. Oh, the Gonzalez brothers are teaming up. They're going to stream by with Weldon. Weldon's going to try to go to the inside of both of them. 3 wide coming through. Fisher gets back through. Oh, welcome everybody back into the party. Vergara, Attila, Giat, Cooley. All into the group here. And in fact, behind that as well is Adjective, Alibi, Suko as well. Woo. Four laps remaining here, 4 to go. Another driver dropping a wheel. Coming out of turn number 7. Laps ticking away here. Scorpione's lead now 1.5 seconds. Driver off in turn number 1, being told it's Hudson Potter, the number 25. It just keeps getting worse for Hudson as he is off the racetrack. Contact in turn number 1, full course yellow, 3 laps to go. Let's see if the AMR IndyCar team can get this put back together. I don't think it's going to be enough, because I would bet we're going to come out here. Yeah, we're going to come out here when they do eventually come out and get lap 13 in the books. They'd have to clean it up in 1 lap and then get us back on the racetrack and go green, essentially green checker. So full course yellow on the racetrack. Hudson Potter off in turn number 2. And whether or not it was the similar situation to Hoskins with damage coming through the corner, if he actually did make contact with the barrier. Bottom line is Hudson Potter off the racetrack in turn number 2 over the 1-2 combination. Being told very likely contact with drivers battling it out here. Not quite sure exactly who he was scrapping with. It might have been, hold on, let's have a look here. A little further back, I think it's he and potentially Connor Aspley. Aspley has to go through the barriers. No, that's further back. No, that was with he. Here's the contact here coming to the barrier. He and, pinching down on Kaylee Countryman. So as they both went through turn number 2, getting through, Connor Aspley had to go to the right side and got into the barriers coming through, rather into the signboards coming through. And it was contact between Potter on the outside, Kaylee Countryman on the inside. Looked to me, Countryman potentially down on the curbing, that Hudson might have tried to just come across a little bit and pinch that corner. Tough one for Hudson Potter as he was battling it out with Kaylee Countryman. That would have been for the 19th position. But again, 13 laps down, unless we get the green flag this next time by, this is going to be it, folks. And not only that, if we don't see the green this time by, not only is it a win for Scorpioni, it is also the championship. And indeed, pace car stays out. The USF2000, or rather USF Juniors Championship is done. Zanella Racing will win the race and the title with second-year driver Leonardo Scorpioni. White flag flying. It'll be a nice, relaxing final lap here for a Scorpioni P1. Loyakeno in second, Gonzalez third, Weldon fourth, Patricio Gonzalez in fifth, Ty Fisher in sixth spot, Joao Vergara in seventh, eighth, Diego Guillat, ninth, Vilo Atala, and 10th, Brendan Cooley. So the USF Juniors, although the championship now locked and loaded, will have one more race at the very end of the day here to cap off the 2025 season. But Leonardo Scorpioni has got it done. Not only did he qualify on pole, lead the most laps, get the fast lap of the race, the race win gives him 33 points. All he had to do was finish in front of Liam Loyakeno to put the title out of reach for the Australian. Nonetheless, Loyakeno can be applauded for a tremendous second half of the season. There's the car of the 25 of Hudson Potter. Very likely just left rear damage, right front to left rear contact between he and Countryman coming through turn number 2. Stricken car off the racetrack, driver's right. That brought out the full course yellow and with no laps left, wrapping things up. The drivers will roll around here still. Checkered flag will be in the hands of Aaron Likens. What a run it's been for Leonardo Scorpioni. He won 3 races in the first 5, then went on a run of podiums. His 6th win of the season, and it's in style. He is the champion. Leonardo Scorpioni in the 55 scored the title, locking it down, finishing ahead of Liam Loyakeno. And they'll be joined by Rodrigo Gonzalez. Another podium, 3rd podium of the year for Gonzalez. Strong day thus far for D-Force as they are 3rd, 5th, and I believe 10th as Brendan Cooley up a spot on the final lap. He gets himself up into the 9th spot. There is your unofficial results for USF Juniors. Leonardo Scorpioni with the race win. Liam Loyakeno in 2nd. Rodrigo Gonzalez ends up in 3rd. Oliver Weldon in 4th spot. Patricio Gonzalez in 5th. Ty Fisher 6th. Joao Vergara in 7th. Diego Guillat in 8th. Brendan Cooley 9th. And Vilo Atala rounding out the top 10. Opportunity to cruise around and soak it in a little bit for Leonardo Scorpioni. There's 11th through 12th, or 20th rather, at Achetum in 11th. Justin De Lucia in 12th. Rahim Alamhai in 13th. Michael Suko 14th. Emma Scarborough 15th. Thomas Nordquist 16th. Colin Aiken after that spin getting back to 17th. Connor Aspley at 18th. Kaylee Countryman and Maddie Collar at 19th and 20th. 2 drivers not able to make it to the end. Hudson Potter and JT Hoskins. Potter contact with Countryman. Hoskins suspension failure coming through turn number 1. Big-time championship for sure. And again, so that's two. We've got 2 championships decided. Max Garcia and USF Pro 2000 got it done a couple of weeks ago in Toronto. Had a fantastic run there, capping off an amazing season. He'll have one more chance to see if he can't tie Kyle Kirkwood's win record of 9 when we get back here tomorrow afternoon after IndyCar, when he will try to get that 9th victory of the season, put the exclamation mark on the end of what will be his 2nd consecutive championship season for Max Garcia, going Indy Next Racing in 2026. USF 2000 still up in the air between Jack Jeffers and Thomas Schrag. Teddy Basella still in the fight as well. We'll see how it plays out. Could have a third one clinched here in just a matter of an hour. But as the field rolls its way down pit lane, the 55 of Leonardo Scorpioni, the team out there already. Zanella Racing, loving it. Joined the series last year with a Scorpioni and Ghiat 2-car team. Jose and Jessica Zanella expanding the team to 3 cars, 4 cars this year, 5 this weekend. Look how pumped they are. Team based out of South Florida. Naka Zanella had many years as a top kart racing engine builder, ran a karting team. Made the move with Ernie Ganella to move up here into USF Juniors. Look at that. They're putting the number 1 on the car. I like it. There you go. Beautiful. What a fantastic weekend here for Leonardo Scorpioni. Tremendous job for him to be able to get the job done. Again, coming in knowing what he had to do. Loyakeno, the driver, really on the move, winning all those races. He had the momentum. Look at that smile of the champion. Just 15 years of age, folks. Was 14, just turned 14, maybe 14 in 2 months, and we started the season last year. He's 15 years old. He's going USF 2000 racing in 2026. Let's get that kid out of the car as a champion here. Leonardo Scorpioni, the champion in USF Juniors, and his team to celebrate. Zanella Racing. I love it. Fantastic. The emotions, of course, that come with these young drivers trying to win here. They work so hard all season long. As you know, with the schedules we run for USF Juniors, we're here, the USF Pro Championship. We're here early in the morning. We're here late at night with late races, early morning races. There's Ernie Ganella there. Highly respected in the paddock. Did a lot of work with Juncos Racing and their Indy Next program. There's Leo's dad. There's Naka Zanella. Jessica's right there as well. The tears will start flowing for sure. And another guy I want to mention as well in this program, and that is Victor Franzoni, a former USF Pro 2000 champion in 2017. Went to Indy Next with a scholarship and has now become one of the top coaches in our paddock. Works with a lot of young drivers. Victor's a heck of a coach, and I would expect that Leo would tell you and say a lot about Victor, what he's been able to do for that team to move them forward. Drivers starting to work their way over to Victory Lane. Of course, we're going to head down there and have interviews with all 3 drivers. USF 2000 drivers will be getting ready to go. Hopefully, I'll be up here with enough time to give you the driver introductions. We may be going green flag racing by the time it's all said and done. The bottom line is, we got a new champion. Leonardo Scorpioni, champion in USF Juniors. I'm going to head down to Victory Lane, pass it over to Bobby Corser. Time to talk to the top 3 drivers.
Thank you, sir. Phil, what a race.
Wow. You know, Bobby, outside of the start and finishing under the caution, there was some action. If I had to buy a ticket, I would buy one right now. I'm telling you, I'd be sitting there watching this stuff.
Oh, it was incredible stuff.
Incredible.
Again, everybody's flirting with this inside wall.
Yep.
And I know I get it shortest length, I get it, but it's just, we saw it yesterday, a driver get tangled up, pushed into the wall, but that racing today from USF through the entire program, Juniors, Pro 2000, and 2000, has been incredible, absolutely incredible.
So far, great starts in both races so far.
Amazing. It's been great stuff to see these guys get their another champion crowned. Congratulations, Rob Howard. We'll have the interviews here in just a few seconds. But folks, we are not done by any stretch of the imagination. That was USF Juniors. Up next, USF 2000 with their second race of the weekend. And then NTT IndyCar Series back on track here just about 4:30, so about 2 hours away on that. And they will be out there about 90 minutes away from that. They will have their final practice, what we used to call morning warm-up, but with schedules, they will be in the afternoon. And then 5:30, Indy Next by Firestone out there to qualify to set the field for their race tomorrow. And then USF Juniors, who we just saw, will be back on the track. One more race to go at 6:20 tonight. Fantastic stuff, man. I'm just telling you right now. What an incredible day out here at PIR. And like I said, we're not done. Hope you guys are having a great time. Yep. All right, let's head down to Victory Circle. Rob Howe to take it away.
Thank you, Bobby. Down here with the top 3 drivers in the USF Juniors category. And Rodrigo Gonzalez, you've been coming on second half of the season. All these great races. Tell me how things went for you in this one.
This one was tough. I lost the second position there at the end, and I had to defend for the last couple of laps. But overall, I think it was a good race with all tires, and my pace was pretty good, I think.
What do you think about race 3 this afternoon?
I think I'm ready for it with new tires.
Congratulations. Well done.
Thank you.
We'll keep an eye out for Rodrigo if he's got new tires. Let's bring in second-place driver Liam Loyakeno. Liam, I know it's always tough to come here and having lost that championship, finishing second in the race, finishing second in the title. But, man, what a second half of the season. You have to look back and be proud of everything you've done.
Yeah, it was we did what we could. Unfortunately, we didn't go green in the end there. Would have liked to send a huge move, but anyway, it is what it is. Come from 6th to 2nd, it's not too bad. Would have been nice to go position forward and, I still have a chance at the title, but no, it is what it is. And, after a sort of rubbish first half of the year, we sort of managed to scrape something together of it, and, just unfortunate.
Like I said, you should be very proud of what you did second half of the season, all those race wins. Congratulations. Let's get Leonardo Scorpioni. Work your way in here now, my friend. After last year's run as a rookie, your sophomore driver this year, you are the champion. Tell me how you feel.
Honestly, it feels amazing. I'm so thankful for the whole Zanella crew. I wouldn't be here without them. And the car this weekend has been surreal, and it was just a perfect way to come out with the championship with 2 wins already. And, I'm just happy, and I'm ready to go out for the 3rd race and have some fun.
How about USF2000 next year? Have you thought about that yet?
Yeah, of course. It's been on my mind, honestly, the whole weekend, and I'm ready for it. It's a new challenge for me and the team, so we'll see how it goes.
And let's talk about Zanella winning the championship with you as well. You guys were celebrating pretty big there getting out of the car.
Yeah, honestly, this has been a project in the making since I joined the team in 21 in go-karts, and me and Naka have been trying to win a championship since then, and how much I've improved as a driver and how much me and Naka know each other now. It's honestly surreal how far we've come, and I'm so proud of everyone there.
Congratulations. Let's get to that podium, folks. A trophy ready to go. And again, great job there. Excellent run for Leonardo. Let's get things underway here. Again, top 3 drivers getting set to go. We got a Champions Trophy to give out here as well. So not just 3 trophies, but 4. We'll start with the driver coming home in 3rd spot today. I talked about how well he's done second half of the season. Put your hands together from D-Force Racing, Rodrigo Gonzalez. Excellent run through the second half here for Rodrigo. He's got fresh tires. He said 2 for race number 3 this afternoon, so look out. Again, one of the hottest drivers second half of the season, really showed his talent here from Australia, from Jay Howard Driver Development. How about a big round of applause? Second place today, second in the championship. It is Liam Loyakeno. Man, hottest driver second half of the season. Great job for Liam here. But again, we saw this driver last year as a rookie, just 14 years of age, 15 this year. This is the proof of concept. 1 year you learn, the second year you win the championship. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of applause. Our second champion here for 2025. Give it up for Leonardo Scorpioni. Race win. We'll do the trophy first with the race win. From there, we'll move in, of course, to the championship trophy with weights in the wings, and with that comes almost $250,000 to move into USF2000, the scholarship, all part of the program with Anderson Promotions. $250,000, almost that for USF Juniors. $405,000 to the champion in USF2000, almost $600,000 to the Pro 2000 champion to move to Indy Next. Over $1.4 million in awards and scholarships will be doled out on Monday evening at our championship celebration, but always just an opportunity to watch these young drivers, these superstars in the making, as they work their way towards the NTT IndyCar Series. Every one of them want to be in that grid, in this paddock for years to come. Great job for Leonardo Scorpioni, winning both races to lock things down. 5 of the last 6 before that for Loyakeno, as he really got a good feel of the race car second half of the season, really put it down. Can't ask for much more than that. Champagne coming up. We'll do the spray. They're going to race one more time, as we said later on today. Final race of the day will be the final race of the season for the drivers in USF Juniors. 14 to 20 years of age, essentially. You have to be at least 14. Guys, grab that champagne. Grip it and rip it. Let's have a good time celebrating another race win and a championship secure for Leonardo Scorpioni. They'll spray the champagne one more time here later on today. Leonardo Scorpioni with the win. Liam Loyakeno coming home in second, and Rodrigo Gonzalez in third. Liam, Rodrigo, you guys can head out. Leo, you stay there. We got things to do. You got one more piece of hardware. And again, he'll get that back again at the championship celebration on Monday evening. But our COO, what do we got? Another hat coming in? Oh, we got to get the champion's hat, 100%. A lot of hard work went into that one. Indeed, our COO of Anderson Promotions, Michelle Kish, here to deliver the Champions Trophy for our USF Juniors title winner for 2025. From Windermere, Florida, ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for Leonardo Scorpioni. What a season for this young driver. Finished it off strong, was super strong from the get-go. Unbelievable consistency throughout the season. I think only a couple of finishes, maybe 1 or 2 finishes outside the top 5, top 10. Just absolutely unbelievable. Let's get the trophy. Let's get a shot with the, there you go. Get that up there. I love it. Yes. We've got USF 2000 getting set to go as well. We're going to have lots of shots to take tomorrow. Nakazanella, you get up there as well. Jessica, get up there too. What are you doing on the sidelines? Get up there. Again, USF 2000 drivers getting set to go here. We'll have a full driver lineup for you there as well. Get an opportunity for, again, the full Zanella team to come on up here. Dad up there too. Great stuff. Great stuff. I love it. This sport is a family sport for sure. You don't think about all the soldiers behind the lines that are in there in the tents working hard, back at the shop, all the testing that gets done throughout the year. Incredible drive for Leonardo Scorpioni. We'll get more pictures down here, folks, but we've got to go back up to the tower because we got another race still to come. This stream continues. USF 2000, their second race of the weekend, up next.
All right, Bobby Corser back with Phil Martelli, getting ready for the next race. Rob Howden making his way back upstairs here to the tower at start finish. USF 2000 up next here. We'll get the cars grid here in just a few minutes, about 15 minutes away from the start of that. This is their second race of the weekend. Of course, they will have their third and final race tomorrow after IndyCar. But what a great day so far at PIR. We have seen lots of great on-track action. Indy next by Firestone had their practice session. They're going to qualify in a minute. Of course, the NTT IndyCar Series has already qualified. We will get the actual starting lineup for that here in just a little bit. 4 cars hit with a 6-spot grid penalty for unauthorized engine change, including the gentleman that won the pole, Christian Lundgaard. So he'll start 7th. We're still trying to shake out the rest of the details on who else will start where. Pato O'Ward will lead the field to green, so stays within the team at least. But what a great day so far out of PIR.
It has been awesome, and both, like I say, the races we've seen so far, great starts. Hoping to see another start here just like that. Maybe they learned a lot from yesterday, Bobby, what they saw and what we witnessed, how crazy it got into turn 1.
You know, I really do think so. You know, we talked yesterday about the USF Juniors and USF 2000 looking at their brothers and sisters, seeing, hey, not what to do. And, again, I think it's all about letting it hang out on the line now. You know, exactly. They got 1 race left, 2 races left, depending on who you look at. But it's made for some great racing.
Yep. Hey, Rob made it back up here. He's
did. And
getting his exercise, his steps today.
He runs all over God's green earth on a race weekend. But shout out to everybody in the stands here that are hanging out. We see, of course, people in Grandstand J right across from us. Thank you to our sponsors in the hospitality area. Everybody is still out in Grandstand K. Everybody is out in the Festival Curves, C1, 2, and 3 down there. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Again, guys, just make sure you stay hydrated. We'll have misting stations set up tomorrow. We'll have one by Grandstand K. We'll actually have two by Grandstand K. We'll have a bus set up in the fan zone and another misting tent down that way as well.
Awesome.
I just want to keep you guys hydrated and ready to roll. Make sure you wear sunscreen too, light color clothing. Keep you guys here, keep you guys healthy. And again, we've talked about it all week long. No reason to leave. Hang out with us all evening long. Last race rolls off at 6:20. We'll get you out of here around 7 o'clock-ish. Be perfect. We'll beat that traffic. Heads up tomorrow, if you guys are coming out early, Providence Bridge Pedal is taking place in the city. Some of the lanes of traffic are closed down. It's a big deal here in the city of Portland, state of Oregon, where they close down a couple of the bridges so people can ride their bikes up onto the top deck of, say, like the Fremont Bridge. So just a heads up on that. Maybe give yourself just a little bit of extra time if you're coming from the south side of Portland up I-5 just to kind of deal with that traffic nightmare. But we'll welcome Rob Howden back into the booth. My brother, another champion crowned. You guys are killing it.
One
today.
more to go. 2 more races potentially here for USF2000. Indeed, we have 16 drivers on the grid set to go. Let's jump into driver introductions for USF2000 and the second rung of the USF Pro Championships. Let's go to the tail of the field. In his first weekend here, brand new team as well, NV Motorsports. That is Spencer Hancock in the number 21 machine. Did a great job in his opening race, and he'll be back at it again here today, learning in leaps and bounds throughout the weekend. Hancock in the 21, starting 16th. Alongside him, another driver just in his second weekend here in USF 2000. That'll be the 17 of Von Mishko for D-Force Racing. The driver on the screen right now, that is Christian Cameron out of Sonoma, California in the VRD Racing number 19 machine. Cameron set to go from 14th outside of row number 7. Alongside him from Australia, coming in from Jay Howard Driver Development in the number 7, that is Brad Majman. Majman, a driver inside the top 10 in points, looking to cap off this season in style. Up to row number 6 now on the outside, a winner of the Freedom 75 Oval Race at IRP back in May. Out of Ontario, Canada, it's Anthony Martella for Jay Howard Driver Development and the Young Drivers of Canada machine. Martella in the number 9. Starting in the 12th position. He's got top 10 pace, so watch for him to attack early. Alongside him, another driver we know with the speed. He's won here before. G3 Argyros for Pabst Racing in the number 23. The positive energy car for Pabst is going to start on the inside of row number 6. He was one of the drivers that got cleared out yesterday in the incident coming into turn 1. He's just looking to be able to get through the opening couple of corners so he can attack forward. Row number 5, it's been a great second half of the season for Synergy Motorsport. They're starting to really get things dialed in. Eddie Beswick in the number 32nd in Toronto a couple of weeks ago. The Australian Formula 4 champion with the Australian-based Synergy team. They are dialing things in. He'll start in the 10th position, moved up to, I believe, 6th in race number 1, so expect more out of Eddie Beswick here, the rookie starting in 10th. Alongside him, Ryan Jeanette. It's been a really rough season so far, but he soldiered through yesterday, even with a bent wing and being part of that contact, all that wrecking in turn number 1. Ryan Jeanette out of California for VRD Racing in the number 9, put in a good show, was top 10, was running 9th for a time. That bent wing hindered him. Finally lost a couple of spots, but able to soldier his way through to a strong finish at the end of the day. He'll start 9th. Up now to row number 4 on the outside from the Woodlands, Texas. D-Force Racing driver Joshua Lionel in the number 11. He's had top 5 speed in a lot of the sessions through testing and practice. He'll start here in the 8th position. Look for Lionel to settle in early and then go to work to see if he can't get by Lucas Facuri, the exclusive Autosport driver from Brazil in the number 91. Facuri's been one of the hottest drivers in the second half of the season. We're picking off a bunch of top 6s, top 7s, top 5s, looking for that first podium. It could come here today. He'll start 7th in that number 91. We'll go up to row number 3 now on the outside from Midland, North Carolina. A winner at Mid-Ohio earlier in the year. Pabst Racing's Caleb Gafera in the number 24 comes in here 5th place in points. Battling his teammate G3 Argyros for 4th. Caleb G ready to go in the number 24 from 6th. That's outside row number 3. Inside, the driver who won the Lucas Oil School of Racing Formula Car Series last year to get a scholarship to come USF 2000 racing this year with D-Force Racing. From Bogota, Colombia, Sebastian Garzon in the number 12 machine. He'll start in the 5th spot. Now into row number 2 on the outside. Winner from yesterday. Still with an outside shot at the championship. Has had a strong run starting in the 4th position for VRD Racing. That is Thomas Schrag. Schrag out of Bethel, Ohio in the number 2 will start in the 4th position. Alongside him, the exclusive Autosport driver, Evan Cooley, in the number 9. He got pinched into the wall at the start of race number 1. He's looking to have a good one here. Cooley going to start on the inside of row number 2. Great place to start here. He may get a shot to be with his teammate rolling into turn number 1, because the front row is going to have Teddy Masella on the outside and Jack Jeffers on the inside. It's essentially VRD 2-4, exclusive Autosport 1-3. Teddy Masella, a winner earlier in the year, third place in points coming in. He still has an outside shot at the championship. The number 25 set to start P2, but the driver looking to win the title here and now. A podium finish gets it done. A win would do it in style. And the Corpay machine, that is San Antonio, Texas, is Jack Jeffers in the exclusive Autosport number 92. He's had a great run over the last couple of races here. He won 4 straight races coming into the weekend. Finished second to Schrag yesterday to add the points he needs. He needs 23 points to lock down the title today and not have to worry about it tomorrow. Jack Jeffers in the number 92 already has the bonus point for pole. 22 points from P3 would be enough to give him the title. It'll be Jeffers and Masella on row 1, Cooley and Schrag row 2, Garzon and Gaffaro row 3, Facuri and Lionel row 4, Gianetta and Beswick row 5, Argyros and Martella row 6, Majman and Cameron row 7, Mishko and Hancock on row number 8. 16 drivers set to go for USF 2000, the penultimate event of the year for these young drivers. We will see juniors one more time today, but after the IndyCar race tomorrow, both USF Pro 2000 and USF 2000 will cap off the 2025 campaign in style here at Portland International Raceway. Just moments away from getting the engines fired. Bobby Corshall, let's run it around to you and Phil here real quick, bring in for a little shout out early in the broadcast. It's been a great day. You know, obviously watching Indy Next be on track there. Tough to see Michael D'Orlando, one of our ex-champions, go off the racetrack. Hopefully they'll get that car back together. IndyCar on track. We've had juniors. It's been a great day already.
It has been a fantastic day, and we have spent so much time and so much actual track action. I think the longest break we've had off track is about 22 minutes. So
that's it, right?
That's just, everything's packed in. It's great. It's great for the fans, great for us. I know you're running around all over the place. You're in the east side for the paddock, down to the west side for other stuff. So
get my steps in.
Yeah. How many are you up to?
I'm only 8,200 right now. I think I was 22,000 yesterday. So I got lots of time still.
You got lots of time. I mean, I'm only at 6,000, so I'm right there with you, my brother. What a fantastic weekend, though.
Yep, great starts today on both the races so far. We hope to see it again. All I know is if you don't have a ticket for tomorrow after what you've seen today,
right?
Get a ticket. 8:30 we open up the gates, Bobby. I want to see this place packed after
Get here
what
early.
we've seen. Yes.
Tickets still available at raceportland.com.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, folks, for sure. Tomorrow's going to be a big day. It's going to be warmer still. 83 degrees here trackside. Blue skies, a little bit of cloud. But, yeah, it's going to be a lot warmer tomorrow. It's going to challenge these drivers. We're telling all of our racers to make sure they get hydrated. We would say the same thing for those of you who are here trackside. Make sure you stay hydrated. Keep drinking the water overnight as well. You want to hydrate today for tomorrow because it is going to be a warm one. But I'm telling you, IndyCar is going to put a show on here. There's no doubt about that. And we're trying to do the same thing here with the USF Pro Championships presented by Continental Tire. Again, another race still for us to go. USF Juniors will run 2 races after IndyCar tomorrow. But again, these young drivers here in the USF 2000 program, I go back and I look at the first time we came here as part of the IndyCar program when this Portland Grand Prix came back once again, and that was 2018. And you just think about the drivers who were in this category, this USF 2000 category. The driver who came here and swept that first weekend we were here was Kyle Kirkwood.
Yeah.
So the guys up front right now, the Jeffers, the Schrag, the Masellas, these are the next Kyle Kirkwoods. That's what I always like to say. You're going to the autograph session. You want to meet Kyle. You want to meet Pato Award, who ran USF Pro 2000. David Malukas, who won here in USF Pro 2000. These are the drivers right now that you're watching here on screen who are going to be the next stars of the NTT IndyCar Series. You're getting a chance to watch them as they work their way up the minor leagues, the ladder system that is known as the USF Pro Championships, formerly known as the Road to Indy. And again, excited to get things underway. All these drivers, like this one here, Caleb Gaffaro, right behind him, Lucas Facuri. Then the number 11 there of Joshua Lionel, all trying to see if they can't do what it takes to get themselves to where they want to be, and that's the NTT IndyCar Series. Really, they want to be professional race car drivers, but again, all of them trying to get to IndyCar. Got some notes from Diane Swintel on our YouTube chat, and I want to thank all of those of you who are watching the USF Juniors category. Giving shout-outs to a driver, Liam Loyakeno, obviously tough. You can hear it in Liam's voice. You can see it in his face and his just the physical expressions of the podium. So dejected not being able to win that championship. But I'm telling you this right now, it's been a lot of fun for me over the last 15 years calling these races and watching these young drivers develop. But, man, Liam's one of my favorites right now. The way he's been able to handle himself, the professionalism he shows in interviews that I do with him, anytime we're chatting, obviously what he was able to do mid-season, really getting a feel for that car, having transitioned to the wingless, Formula Ford car, figuring out how to drive this car. It's not the same. And once he kind of got to grips with how he wanted to do, what it wanted from him, he came alive. And I think we saw Liam show that he is a super clean race car driver, expects to be raced clean, the same thing, and that's all you could ever want. And finishing races, getting home, winning all these races. So you drivers who are all you guys that were super pumped about giving him props, I appreciate that. Those of you on the chat. Let's look at the top 5 in points as they come down the back straightaway. Jack Jeffers is the leader with 353 points. Thomas Schrag, 302. Jeffers only needs, as I said, actually, I think that's the wrong one. I think he's even farther up than that. Jeffers is the leader. Schrag in second, Masella in third, Argyros fourth, and Gaffera in fifth in the point standings. Jeffers needs 23 points to cap things off here. So, indeed, drivers getting ready to go. We had a good start in USF Pro 2000. Solid start in USF Juniors as well. Looking for the same thing here in USF 2000. Exclusive cars 1 and 3, VRD cars 2 and 4. Time to get ready to roll. USF 2000, we are green, green, green. And a good jump there for the 92 of Jack Jeffers. They'll fan 3-4 wide as they always do. Jeffers going to come through cleanly. A little bit wide there for one of the drivers coming through. Yeah, a couple of them having to make through the escape route. One of them, I believe, is Christian Cameron. The other, I think, Teddy Masella. He was not able to get turned into the corner, had to go through the escape rope. Good job for both of those drivers, though, to do it correctly, getting through there and avoiding any kind of a penalty. They were able to come back and actually lose not as many spots as I would expect they would have thought. It's the exclusive Autosport cars out front. Jack Jeffers P1. Second is Evan Cooley as the inside row, as it's done a couple of times this weekend, slides through. Good start as well for, I think, Sebastian Garzone. The D-Force driver's gone into third spot. Oh, another driver off there coming out of turn number 7. A lot of drivers will do that, try to carry that speed, maybe side by side, drop a wheel. So out of turn 7. How about this further back? 3 wide on the back straight of Portland? Why not? To the inside comes Martella. He's going to try to get through there as well. Martella. Oh, one driver fully across the grass. Watch out when you come back on track. Oh, the re-entry onto the racetrack always makes me hold my breath, because you never know what the car is going to do. Well, at high center coming across. Big defensive move to the bottom later, further back. You saw that. Otherwise, field coming through cleanly here now. A couple of brake lockups, a bunch of them, in fact. Jeffers, Cooley, Garzone, Lionel Schrag, top 5. Masella runs in 6th. Martella 7th. Argyros, Majman, and Fakuri, your top 10. Ryan Janetta into 11th. Caleb Gaffera 12th. He fell back a bit. Gaffera started 6th. He's dropped 6 spots. He goes back to 12th. Von Mishko in 13th. Eddie Beswick in 14th. Christian Cameron, Spencer Hancock. 16 drivers on the field. We will give a shout out to Timmy Carell, not in the race here. He's elected to essentially cap the weekend. He was the driver who went over in that horrific wreck down in turn number 1. He's good. He was able to, of course, get out of the car in his own steam. Told me he was a little bit sore later on last night, but again, electing just to cap the day, not pull out another car, another spare car. Just, you know what, call it a year, get back to testing. One driver's gone off. Somebody off. A couple drivers off over in turn number 10 and 11. 11 and 12. Or rather, turn 10 and 11. Not quite sure who that was. I think one of them might have been Cooley. I think Evan Cooley went off. He did. Cooley, trouble through turn number 10. Man, race control. Our production team yelled it out. I looked up, didn't even see him go off, but all I saw was the dust. That's going to move Garzone up into second. So Cooley, who was running in the second spot, now goes back to the tail of the field. Where does he end up coming back on? I think he got back to 6th. That's a huge recovery for a driver going off at speed like that. Woo! Good stuff. A little bit of action here early on. 25 lapper, as we know, for the drivers here at USF 2000. 40-minute time window. Lots of time to get it done for sure. capping off a fantastic season this year. We've had such great racing. Still a couple of races to go, as we know, USF Pro 2000, USF2000 tomorrow afternoon after IndyCar. Think back to the fact that this iteration of the USF 2000 program, USF Pro Championship, started. Oh, a driver's gone around. That's another driver struggling through turn number 11. One of the D-Force cars going around. I expect we'll be able to continue, though, as the field coming through. See whether or not we go full course. I expect that driver would be able to continue. Trying to figure out who that is who went around. Vaughn Mishko, yeah. Vaughn Mishko, the number 17 for D-Force Racing, the driver who went around there in turn number 11. Not sure if he made contact at all. We'll see whether or not he comes back. But indeed, thinking about the fact that this iteration of the USF 2000 program, starting all the way back in 2010, drivers like Sage Karam and Spencer Piggott, Zach Veach in those early days, running in USF 2000. Matthew Bradman winning the championship in 2012, moving up into what was then the Pro Mazda series after Anderson Promotions picked up the old Star Mazda series. Eventually, Anderson Promotions being essentially hired by IndyCar to manage and run the Indy Lights program for many years as well. But yeah, 2010, and here we are in 2025, all these champions, all the scholarship that's been sent out. But if you're a historian at all of 2-liter racing, we talk about this generation of USF 2000 racing, the last 15, 16 years. But you go back to the late 90s, and we talked about it earlier this weekend in our offices, the USFF 2000 championship, USAC back. I think it was USAC sanctioned back in the day. United States Formula Ford 2000 series. And the cool thing is seriously, the gentleman that runs this program, or owns this whole program, Anderson Promotions, Dan Anderson, it was he and his partner Mike Fasci that started that program back in 1992. So 2-liter racing has been a huge part of driver development for many years. Yeah, we have a long list of graduates that have come through our program, running, of course, over the last 15, 16 years in this series. But you think all the way back to some pretty amazing drivers who came through those days of the U.S. Formula Ford 2000 program. So I'm told that Mike Fasci's watching on YouTube, so shout out to Mike Fasci, one of the pioneers of 2-liter pro racing here in North America. And it's, of course, awesome to still have Dan Anderson at the helm of our program. None of this would be possible if it wasn't for Dan and his absolute commitment to this program, this driver development series. You know, Dan's the guy that loves this, believes in this, and again, that's why we're all essentially disciples of the program. We love working here. We love working in the program. We love helping these young drivers. It's such a treat to be able to watch these drivers as they learn and come up through the ranks. That's, I think, the big part of it for all of us on the staff side of Anderson Promotions. 5 laps down, 20% of the way there. Jack Jeffers out front now by 0.7 of a second. Sebastian Garzone keeps pushing. Thomas Schrag has worked his way up to third. Very similar to the attack by Liam Loyakeno. Schrag pushing to do everything he can right now. As we know, Jack Jeffers with the pole position only needs 23 points to get himself to a spot where Schrag cannot get over top. I think it's a guess to get to 401. If he gets to 401 points, doesn't matter what Thomas Schrag does tomorrow. Even if he wins every session, he's all 33 points tomorrow, would not be able to get to that level. So a third place finish for 22 points. Adding on with the bonus point for pole would be enough for Jeffers. He leads the way right now. Fast lap of the race. Actually, that bonus point belongs to Caleb Gaffera, who had that issue early. He went all the way back to 14th. Caleb up on the wheel, trying to get himself back up front. He's now behind Christian Cameron. We'll see whether or not he's able to get there. Yeah, Gaffera is by. Open racetrack for Gaffera right now. Where is he on track as he comes across the line? Yeah, he is in the 14th spot. 5.8 seconds behind Cameron. So I'm not sure what happened to Caleb Gaffera there, but he's fell all the way back to the tail of the field. That's moved. I said, yeah, essentially it moves some guys up like Masella, Cooley, Martella. Brings G3 Argyros into 9th. Lucas Facuri into 10th. Jack Jeffers just reset fast lap. There's another bonus point that he would like to be able to use for sure. Two champions already crowned. One back in Toronto, one just about 20 minutes ago with Leonardo Scorpioni in USF Juniors. Settling into the mid-race run here now. Let's see what kind of battles we're going to get. Jeffers, Garzone, Schrag, Lionel, and Masella. Top 5 now. Lionel, Masella's actually got by a Lionel. So Teddy Masella able to get by a Lionel. As I said, I thought that it was Masella who'd gone through the cutoff. Yeah, so Teddy Masella, I had said before, didn't quite really pick him up quickly where he ended up. But man, able to use the cutoff correctly, went through there, hit it marks perfectly. The first guy I think we've really seen to really do it correctly here this weekend. He's still P4. You know, I would thought he may have been falling back even farther, but shout out to Teddy Masella, because I'll tell you this, I've had a chance to watch Teddy racing karts for the last number of years, but the way he approached this year was super impressive. P3 in the championships right now. His first year running in USF 2000. Didn't run juniors, so doesn't know the car at all, doesn't know our tracks. Ran in the F4 program, the JSF4 program, winning the championship there last year. But his season, Masella, just super consistent. After an issue in St. Petersburg in the opening runs, we have a gaggle of cars battling here. I'll come back to Masella in a second because I got to pick this up. Oh my goodness, this is nuts. This is Masella on back. Oh goodness, Masella through, there's the contact coming. The 7 and the 11, contact into the apex of turn number 1. Majman and a Lionel. That, like I said, was starting to get spicy. Who else may be involved in this one? I hate to see that for both those drivers. Majman and Joshua Lionel, like I told you before where he started, he was well back, but man, he was able to come up forward, started in the 8th spot. He was up in the 4th, I think, 5th. Yeah, I hate to see some of these drivers who fight so hard, and then you see mid-race action like this. We're only 9 laps in, 8 laps in. No full course yellow yet. I'm keying in on Aaron Likens up in the tower. From my vantage point here, I can see him while watching the screen, and I don't see him pulling yellow yet. I think they're kind of waiting to see whether, I don't have a shot on in turn 1, whether or not there's anybody still on the racetrack there. Jack Jeffers coming through, so there you go. Those drivers that were involved have already cleared themselves out. There's the lead for Jack Jeffers. Thomas Schrag closing up on Sebastian Garzone, for sure. As they come across the line, Evan Cooley, who had worked his way back up, he's followed down to 14th. Brad Majman, 13th. Joshua Lionel in 12th. Haven't seen them across the line yet. Here comes Spencer Hancock. He's going to go up to 12th now, staying out of trouble. Great job for Spencer. I think Joshua Lionel may be the next driver to continue on the track. He does. He didn't deserve that. That's tough. Actually, that's Von Mishko coming across the line. We haven't seen those drivers. None of the 3 drivers we've seen in that incident have come back across the line yet. A Lionel in the pit, Cooley in the pit. So those drivers coming into pit lane. Tough one again for Evan Cooley. Potential, again, we don't see Brad Majman back in pit lane. I just don't see him on live timing of again coming into pit lane. So the possibility he may have pulled off the racetrack somewhere where we're able to stay green. So if indeed that is the case, shout out to him. Keeping this race clean and green. Thomas Schrag, though, getting ready to go to work on Sebastian Garzone for second. Oh, Schrag to the inside. What a move to the bottom. He'll take the spot. Schrag goes to second. Garzone back to third. As Schrag tucked it down the inside. Thomas Schrag to see if he can't reel in Jack Jeffers. 2.5 seconds to lead. Jeffers only needs to finish in the 3rd spot to clinch the championship. But like any racer, he'd love to do it with a victory. Leonardo Scorpioni just did that. You want to come in, you want to celebrate with the victory, you want to get out of the car. But remember, the championship here at USF 2000, $405,000 scholarship to move to USF Pro 2000 in 2026. That is a big prize for a young driver. I often say to the families when they won it that I think the biggest part of the prize isn't so much even the money itself. It's another full year where you don't have to worry about funding the following year. You know, you've got the funding you need for that year. Then you can go to work on sponsors, on investors, on whatever it takes to be able to pay for that next year should you not win a scholarship. Again, as we know, it's a massive investment to be able to go racing at this level, especially when you start getting yourself a little bit higher. The costs grow exponentially. Jeffers, Schrag, Garzon, Masella, and Martella. Top 5. Great run here for Anthony Martella. Started 12th. He is P5. Might be the best run of the year for Martella. Driving really well. Last time by, just a 10th off of Masella. And Jeffers banging out the laps now. Ho-ho, 11.777. Oh. Track record for a race lap back in 2018 at 1:11.2. Jeffers about a half a second off the fast lap laid down by Kyle Kirkwood. Talked about Kirkwood winning the USF2000 races here back in 2018. Rasmus Lind still holds the record for qualifying. We almost got that by 0.04 of a second. Not quite. Rasmus will hold that for another year. Jeffers putting the laps down. I'll say this. If he gets back around here for another lap, that'll be another bonus point. Most laps led. He'll have 13 of the 25. And again, I think it's happened in almost every race so far. 3 different teams on the podium right now, provisionally. Exclusive Autosport, VRD Racing, and D-Force Racing. Come up to the halfway point here. Jack Jeffers comes into this race. 738 points. We got a great battle there right now. Lucas Fakuri trying to get by G3 Argyros. That is going to be for 6th. I talk about that being important as they are side by side coming down into the braking zone across the line. Does Fakiri have him on the outside, or is it going to be an over-under? Oh, big brake lock up there. Fakiri tried to come through. Beswick there as well. I don't think he was able to take advantage of it. Talk a little bit about that right now with Cooley, who was running up front, with him going out. The team championship right now being led by VRD by 6 points. This team championship is going to go down to tomorrow. VRD versus Exclusive. 391 to 385. So the team championship is up for grabs as well. Fakuri getting by Argyros, I think would be big for them as well. They need another driver up front because VRD's getting it done right now. P2, P4. Schrag and Masella. Talk about the fact that Caleb Gaffera falling down the field. He's worked his way back now up into the 11th position. Not sure what happened to Caleb. Oh, one driver going way wide on the exit. That was Beswick. He touched the curb in the grass, I think, on the inside of 12. Shot that car to the outside wall. He had to pedal that thing. And that's given us a heck of a battle right now. That's for 5th. Look at 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. Ho-ho! Throw Martella, Fakuri, Beswick, and Cameron in there. Ryan Janetta, too. Wow. All this racing is going to potentially help Caleb Gaffera get back in. He's currently 11th. Last time by was half a second quicker than a couple of the drivers ahead of him. These guys are in the middle of a pretty aggressive fight right now. G3 Argyros to 5th, Martella 6th, Fakuri 7th. A little block up there for Argyros coming through turn number 6. Maybe make that 7. Oh, yeah, we're going to get defensive now. Inside run down the back straightaway. Beswick going at it, I think, with Fakuri. And he gets him across the bow from right to left. Beautiful pass for Beswick. He'll go to 7th. Another touch on the exit there. Whew. That might have been Fakuri again. I have a feeling that Christian Cameron might have slipped by. And Gafera's going to make up a ton there. 2.5 on all of them. Jack Jeffers lead. Now 3 seconds over Thomas Schrag. He's led 15 laps. Bonus point for the pole. Bonus point for most laps led. I believe he has the fastest race lap right now, too, at an 1:11.39. Again, he's getting down to track record pace, and this car's getting lighter on fuel. Can he beat Kirkwood's race record? 1:11.210. He'd need a couple of tenths. Oh. Again, I talk about adding those exclamation points at the end of a season. Winning in style at the end, trying to grab that championship. Up here right now in the PA booth, along with our timing and scoring director as well, Tim O'Brien, telling me that the race record actually got broken. I didn't see it. Broken in race number 1. A 1:11.19. So a little more work to do if Jeffers wants to break that record. Laps winding down, 16 down. 9 to go. Thomas Schrag broke that track record, not by much, a couple of hundredths of a second, a 1:11.194, I believe. Jeffers doesn't need that lap, that's for sure. 3 seconds up right now. Jeffers went on a heck of a run at Mid-Ohio. Second in the opening race of the triple header, then won the next 2 races, followed by the next 2 races at Toronto. 4 races in a row. Second in race number 1 at Portland, trying to put another victory on the tally. That would be 6. More importantly, the championship. Jack Jeffers finished 3rd in USF Juniors 2 years ago, 2023. 5th last year in 2024. Rookie here in USF2000. Number 91, Lucas Facuri, had to come to pit lane. He's rolling back out. Oh, damaging for the potential team championship exclusive. They'll have to fight back tomorrow at VRD Racing. Drivers running 2nd and 3rd. 2nd and 4th, rather. Padding those stats. Stacking up the points, trying to win that team championship. 8 to go. Another race still to come today here, all part of the Continental Tire Grand Prix of Portland. Driver intro around 6:10. Look for green flag around 6:20. That is, of course, Pacific time out here in the Pacific Northwest. Our one and only run out here to Portland International Raceway. Let's have a look at your top 10 now as they roll back across. Jeffers leading by 3 seconds. Schrag 2nd. Garzone, great run for Sebastian, up into 3rd. It would be his first podium of the year as well for Sebastian Garzone. Currently sitting 10th place in points. With an opportunity of moving maybe even up into as high as 8th, depending on how he runs tomorrow. Garzone 3rd, Masella 4th, Anthony Martella 5th, G3 Argyros 6th, Eddie Beswick in 7th, Ryan Janetta, best run of the year, in 8th position. Christian Cameron 9th, and Caleb Gafera has fought his way back up into 10th. Great job for Gafera. And how far back is he now from that next group? 3.8 back. Yeah, he's a couple tenths of a second quicker each lap than Cameron, Janetta, and Beswick, but like I said, 3.8 seconds back. Pretty much a top 10's where he's going to end up unless we have a full course yellow. Six laps remaining. Man, I always watch these drivers just compress those cars coming through turn number 1. You think how worn out these drivers are going to be at the end of today. 83 degrees. Wait till the temperature's knocking on 90, 95 tomorrow. Closest run on the racetrack right now, if you're looking a little further back. Argyros trying to reel in Martella. Mishko and Hancock. Spencer Hancock up to 11th spot. A couple drivers out already, as we know. Joshua Lionel, Brad Majman, and Evan Cooley with that contact in turn number 1 and 2. Good lineup. There's Martella. There's Argyros. Beswick. Great run for Janetta. Cameron runs in 9th. Gaffaro well back in 10th. Five laps remain. 5 to go. As they run on the racetrack right now, Jack Jeffers has the full brace of 33 points. Got to get to the end here. As we said before, all he needed to finish was 3rd to cap off this championship. Had the bonus point from pole. Has already added at least one more bonus point in terms of the most laps led. He's got the fastest lap. It's not the outright race record. That belongs to Thomas Schrag now. He stole that away from Kyle Kirkwood. These drivers have settled in nicely here. Much better start than we had yesterday, that's for sure. Those of you who were down in the Festival Chicane yesterday, man, you're treated to a little bit of chaos, that's for sure. I've seen lots of video up online on social media, people watching all that action that we have both in juniors and USF2000. Pro drivers did a great job earlier today as well. Everybody getting to the right side of the second the turn 2 curbing, which is the key. You got to give each other room. You got to, if you're on the outside, you got to give room. Guys are coming back. You think you're going to go from 1 right to the apex of 2. There's guys beside you. That's not going to work. You've got to come more to the right side of the racetrack. You've got to get through turn number 1. I hate to use the old adage that you can't win the race in turn number 1, but you sure can lose the race in turn 1. But it's so true, especially here in Portland. Maybe like no other track in the country. Banging out the laps here, folks. 21 laps down, 4 to go. 4 laps remaining. Jeffers across the line to make it 3 laps remaining. Schrag, Garzone 3rd, but here comes Teddy Masella. I don't think he's done yet. Masella trying to chase down Garzone. Quicker by 3/10 last time, by only 4/10 back. We're going to have a battle, I think, for P3 right there. Yeah, he's on top of him. Teddy Masella, again with VRD Racing, looking to not win the championship here with Schrag, but could come away with the team championship. Another spot here from Masella. Could be big. Good scrap, as we said, for the final spot on the podium. That's it right there, coming out of turn number 6 and 7 through 7. Kink here, turn 8, all the way down into the 9, 10, 11 combination. Teddy Masella trying to see if he can get that good run through. If he can get that run out of the corner on power early. Oh, yeah, that's a huge run. Talk about a draft coming down the straightaway here. To the inside goes Garzone. Does Masella try to go even more to the inside? He doesn't. He'll pop back out. Look for a big over-under. Brake lock up for Garzone. He goes off. That is going to be the position for Masella. Garzone's going to have to give that up. Garzone came back out. He did not make the corner, did not get through the cut-through, and indeed he opens it up on the inside, and I think it's wing damage. He lost the front wing. Garzone, looking for his first career podium, has lost the front wing off of that car, but with only 2 laps to go, he's just got to soldier through. He's got a ton of time, 11 seconds. So he just got to take care of that race car. Don't drive off in 10, 11, and 12. You're not going to have the front grip that you expect, but you've got a huge gap. So Teddy Vasella through. He was the one that was able to get precisely through the escape route. Watch yourself coming through here. You don't want to push wide on the exit. Oh, way wide on the exit. Bring it back down. White flag flying for Jack Jeffers. One more lap. Will we lock it down here today? The second half of the season has been unbelievable for this young Texan driver. Dominated the action essentially at Mid-Ohio. Dominated at Toronto. Second to Schrag yesterday, banking those points that he needed. But right now, Jack Jeffers in the number 92 machine for Exclusive Autosport, looking to give that team their first USF 2000 title. They won the title in USF Pro 2000 a couple of years ago with Louis Foster, who is now a Rahal Letterman Lanigan driver. They have never won the title in USF 2000. They tried many years with Parker Thompson. This would be the year with Jack Jeffers. Coming down the back straightaway. Jeffers to the final combination of corners. Our champions, folks, are locked and loaded here on a Saturday in Portland. Max Garcia, Leonardo Scorpioni, and now Jack Jeffers winning here in Portland. He is the 2025 USF 2000 champion. What a drive. Jeffers started on pole, fully optimized it, and I think came away with fast lap of the race as well. Exclusive Autosport team thrilled down on pit lane. Jeffers slowing down into turn number 1 and 2. Thomas Schrag coming home second through everything he possibly could at this championship. Teddy Masella coming back to third. Wow, VRD second and third, Schrag and Masella. Sebastian Garzone in fourth. Great final lap push for Masella. Anthony Martella, strong run into fifth. Give it up for Martella. He started all the way back in 12th, plus 7 for Anthony. He goes to P5. G3 Argyros in 6th. Eddie Beswick in 7th. Ryan Janetta. Best finish of the year, I think, for Janetta. Love to see it. There's been nothing but bad luck for that young driver. He finishes P8 on the road. Christian Cameron in 9th, and Caleb Gaffera, who had an issue early, coming back up into P10. Wow. There it is right there on the big screen. Unofficial results for race 2. Von Mishko coming home in the 11th spot. Spencer Hancock soldiers his way to another great run. Again, Wanton Spencer in his first weekend just to bang all the laps out. Stayed out of trouble in that NV Motorsports number 21. Finished in 12th. Lucas Fakuri 13th. Joshua Alionel 14th. Brad Majman in 15th. And Evan Cooley 16th after the contact with those three drivers getting together in turn 1 and 2. But today is all about Jack Jeffers. As the young driver from Texas went on that tear, put his head down, and kept digging. And he is going to come away as the champion in USF 2000. Well-deserved for sure. Third year of the series, 2 years in USF Juniors. Great run for Teddy Masella as well. I think Jack Jeffers is cruising around this racetrack, taking some time. Team is out there on pit lane. Love to see it. Yeah, they are going crazy, just like Zanella Racing did, just like Pabst did in Toronto. Well-deserved for Jack Jeffers, well-deserved for the Exclusive Autosport crew as well. I know Jack's primary mechanic, David Klubine, not able to be with us here this week, and he's actually with his own team, Britain West Motorsports, out at the Three Rivers Grand Prix at Trois Rivières, running his own Formula Ford operation, but I'm sure he's getting a chance to watch this race right now. Klubine was on this car throughout the year. There's Michael Duncalf, team owner, coming in to congratulate his young charge. Co-team owner Josh Cooley in there as well. Put their support behind this young Texan. Amazing stuff for Jeffers. Challenged for sure, as we know. Do what you need to do to get the job done here this weekend. Second yesterday, banking those points against Thomas Schrag, who was the dominant factor, scored all 33 markers yesterday. The Ohio driver doing a great job. But Jeffers coming out here today on the pole. Green to checker race. Shout out to all the drivers. We had that one incident, but they were able to get away. So Jack Jeffers, folks, as I said, our Champions are crowned your new USF2000 champion. Climb out of the car. Jack Jeffers winning the championship. And now the celebration begins. All the emotion for winning these big titles. The chance to move on. His engineer, Lou D'Agostino. Coach Braden Eves back there as well. Saw the two team owners, Michael Duncalf and Josh Cooley, in there. You saw it to Scorpione as well. Just the relief of getting it done early, not having to go to the final race. Awesome stuff. Fellow team owners coming in there as well, or drivers rather. You see Kaylee Countryman back there. Carson Etter coming in to congratulate the team. Good stuff. That's what this sport's all about. We know, folks, it's a team sport. We talk about the drivers behind the wheel, but so much work gets done. Every car's got a mechanic, engineers, driver coaches, team back in the shop to prep these cars in and out. So shout out to, first off, all three of the teams that won driver championships this year: Pabst Racing, Exclusive Autosport, and Zanello Racing. Team championships still up for grabs. I believe in probably just USF2000. I would assume that Zanella may have locked it already down in the juniors category. Pabst Racing winning the team championship in USF Pro 2000. But folks, I think we're almost done here down on pit lane. Scales are done. We're heading to victory lane. Bobby, I'll give it to you. Pick it up down there. Get a chance to talk to all three drivers.
Thank you, sir. Another fantastic race. Another fantastic show out here at PIR this afternoon. And we got one more race to go even after we have NTT IndyCar Series final practice coming up next. Indy Next will qualify coming up here at 5:30. And then at 6:20, green flag drops USF Juniors for their final race of the weekend.
Pretty smooth, Bobby. The only car I've seen on a hook is the one right there through this race. Actually, it's not that bad, actually.
No, we saw a car lose its rear wing, a car lose its front wing, and the one car on the wrecker. So overall, entertaining race.
Yep. And we got one more after this, like you said.
Yes, we do. Getting ready for Rob Howden down at Victory Circle, waiting for a couple of the drivers to make their way over there as they are going to crown a champion, and we are going to celebrate first, second, and third from USF2000. This is their second race. They have one more that will come up tomorrow after the IndyCar Series, along with USF Pro 2000. They will have their final race tomorrow.
Half hour away from NTT IndyCar Series final practice, my friend.
Morning warm-up, and right in front of us, our friends from Fox Sports have set up what looks like the coffee stand.
Yeah, so let's go down and get a cup, huh?
We shall.
It's too hot for coffee, buddy.
It's never too hot for coffee. That's what iced coffee is for.
There you go.
Good stuff, though, out here at PIR. It's been a very, very busy day. Tomorrow's going to be great as well. All right, get ever so closer to Rob Howden grabbing the drivers here in just 1 second. We can see Victory Circle from where our position is. Everybody's kind of getting set. Teams are getting in the... All right, drivers, Rob. All right. Rob Howden, take it away. Let's crown a champion.
Bobby, thank you so much. Down here with the drivers in second and third first. Teddy Masella, I know you wanted more, but I'll tell you, what a race. You had to take the escape route, able to come back, get on track, and then back to P3. I know it was a lot of work, but, man, what a great drive to P3.
Yeah, I got an unlucky start. It's just the start around on the outside here is so, you literally just have to survive. So I took the safe route, went through the exit, and then made another mistake trying to pass one of the D-Force cars, just went straight, had to let him by. Then from there on, it was one of the hardest races, I think, just because it's just digging and digging, trying to catch cars on that had like a 6-second gap. So it was good that I recovered for the recovery that I had.
And you put the pressure on him the whole time. Obviously, he made that little mistake. You were able to go around the outside. There it is, P3.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to almost show the dummy. Thought I was going around the outside, so he outbroke and stuff, and he went straight through, and I was able to get around him. So still a good result for the recovery that I had to do.
You've had a great season. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Teddy Masella finishing in the third spot. Let's get second-place driver Thomas Schrag. Thomas, we came into this weekend knowing you needed 99 points. 33 yesterday. Great job today from where you started, able to get up to second. Not quite enough, but, man, you've had such a great season.
Yeah, I mean, it's got a good year. It's disappointing to finish second, and I know the guys at Verity have gave me everything to win with, so it kind of sucks. It's disappointing, but, we tried. So today, just avoided all the chaos on the start. Didn't have to take the escape route, but we fell to sixth doing that. So just charged back up, and I did everything I could.
Come back tomorrow for a win, you think?
I'd hope so. I mean, you know, I've got to look towards next year. So, you know, being a lower funded driver, we'll just take it easy in the last race. I have nothing to prove at this point. So,
congratulations on a great year.
Yep, thank you.
All right, let's go to the podium. We're going to grab Jack Jeffers on the podium here when we get going. We've got the driver set to go. We'll start working our way through the top three here. Let's bring them up. And, of course, capping things off, as we did with USF Juniors, a championship trophy that we've got to bring out here as well because the championship clinched one race early. Let's get things underway. Just talk to these two drivers. Well, let's bring them up to grab the hardware. Finishing in third for VRD Racing, Teddy Masella, finishing P3 today. Finishing in the second spot, won yesterday, got all 33 points, coming up a bit short here this year, but a second place finish in race number 2 from VRD Racing, Thomas Schrag, coming home in second. Oftentimes, these championship battles, it's all about that second half run, the push you do to get to the very end. This driver able to turn things around after mid-fortunes mid-season, won a bunch of races, came in here knowing what he had to do, got the job done. Your new champion, race winner today, give it up for my man right here, Jack Jeffers! Jack, coming in, you knew what you had to do. You had a point total you had to get to. Yesterday, of course, Thomas put in a fantastic drive to get all points. You locked in 25. How do you feel right now? Let's just talk about the championship first.
I can't quite describe it. I think the first feeling that came to my gut was fulfillment because after all the up and down season and how hard everybody around me has worked with me to get me to this point, it's fulfilling to see that our hard work paid off in the right way. So, yeah, I guess that's just how I feel.
It's obviously great when you're pressured by a driver like Thomas, right, and Teddy Masella. They were on you guys. The fact that you guys go back and forth really pushed you, I think, to be the best you could be this year.
No, it definitely did, and it helped develop me. You know, this is a development series, and when you have drivers as quick and as experienced as they are, it pushes you that you have to do your job day in and day out, no matter the circumstances. And it was really, you know, VRD, they put up a great fight, and it was never count them out no matter what. So it really pushed me to be my best day in and day out. And, you know, some weekends I paid for it, and other weekends I was on top of it.
Let me give you an opportunity to talk about your team.
I don't even know where to start. The whole EA family, ever since I joined them in 2023, we gelled immediately. And from there, we knew that we were going to be champions one day. And ever since then, it's just been a project of developing me and keep developing the team and to turn into a championship winning team. And, you know, after Louis Foster, there's always been high expectations at that team. So the expectation is winning, and we didn't do that last year, so we did a lot of hard work over the winter and made sure that was the goal this year, and I think we succeeded at that pretty well.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
Grab that first place trophy. We got a championship one in the side yet. Jack Jeffers. Look at this top three, guys. I'm telling you, so much talent here right now. Unbelievable drive all year for all three of these drivers. I talked a lot about Teddy Masella throughout the year, how he was super consistent, kept working his way forward to becoming a podium and race-winning driver. Thomas Schrag, as we know, race winner, a part of Team USA, former F1600 champion as well, showed everything he had this weekend and this year, throwing a bunch of race wins down, being in the championship chase to the very end. And, of course, Jack Jeffers as well, digging in. That second half run I talked about was what gave him that push to come through. Schrag, of course, right there with the consistency that he had in so many of the races. His race wins as well for VRD Racing. But indeed, you got to have that last run push. We saw it as well with Liam Loyakeno, but it was in juniors, but it was a Scorpione who didn't give up. He had the same kind of results, was right there pushing along the way. And Scorpione in juniors, of course, getting it done, but Jeffers here wrapping it all up in USF 2000. Always great to see these young drivers push as they are. They're all looking forward to making that move. I expect up to USF Pro 2000 next year. We know Jeffers will go there with the scholarship. Thomas Schrag has more than proven that he is pro ready to move up to that next level. And hopefully he'll be able to find the backing he needs to continue on. Talented driver for sure. Drivers, let's have some fun here right now. Grip it and rip it for the second time here this weekend. Jack Jeffers locking down the championship in USF 2000. They're going at him. That suit is going to be sticky tomorrow. Jack Jeffers coming home with the win, like I said. And Thomas Schrag in second, Teddy Masella in third. Guys, thank you so much. We'll get you to exit to the left side of the stage. One more presentation still to come. Jack, you stay up there, please. And we got one more presentation to wrap things up here for the day, as I said, for the drivers in USF 2000. Juniors still race one more time, as we remember. About 6:10, we'll get things going this afternoon. The final race of the day. USF 2000 and USF Pro 2000 back on track once again tomorrow after IndyCar. All right, Michelle Kish, the COO of Anderson Promotions, will work her way onto the stage with a championship trophy for the driver who wins this year's title in USF 2000. It's a beauty. He'll have it as well at the championship celebration on Monday evening. Ladies and gentlemen, officially the champion of the 2025 USF 2000 championship from Exclusive Autosport, Jack Jeffers. Coming into the weekend, focused on what he had to do, the point total he had to reach after that great run through the last half of the year, Mid-Ohio and Toronto race wins. Jeffers is your champion for 2025 in USF 2000, a scholarship worth over $405,000 to go pro racing in 2026. Great stuff, folks. Well done, Jack. Of course, more racing still to come. Give you a chance to celebrate with the family. Those of you tuning in live on the broadcast, thank you so much, folks. We are back at it again later on today. USF Juniors will cap off the 2025 season with the back end of their triple header. And then all these drivers will be back at it in USF 2000 and USF Pro 2000 tomorrow afternoon after IndyCar to finish the 2025 season. Big thank you to those of you tuning into the YouTube channel all year. Again, 3 more races still to go to cap off the season. 1 more today, 2 tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. On behalf of Anderson Promotions and Continental Tire, my name is Rob Howden. Bye for now.